see what's out here. I don't know what to do yet. This one would be cool to try though. Maybe see if there's more interactive stuff. Yeah, I feel a little bit. So what if I want to like jump? Does it help with jumping?
I never tried.
Never tried it?
Yeah, but.
Oh wow. Yeah, it feels a lot easier.
Huh?
So you have different settings you could choose?
Yeah. Actually, there is several modes.
What is air?
Air is for the normal.
Normal?
Yes. But the care is something kind of difficulties for some seniors. So yeah, someone they need the more support. Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
this is care, and aqua is the resistance mode.
Oh, resistance, like working out?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And the hiking, that automatically, when you are climbing, it support mode work.
Oh, okay.
When you decline, at that time
When you feel it when you lift.
Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance
yes.
in the aqua mode.
Aqua mode.
Yeah.
Now care mode.
Oh, care mode is like easier, right?
easier.
It helps you, right? Yeah, it's like assisting me when I lift my leg. So is the squatting is it easier if I squat?
Actually, our some advertisements, they show some kind of this kind of exercise, but actually, normally,
Can I jump higher? No?
Actually, no, not enough.
Not enough? Oh, okay. What exercises can I do on this?
Basically, this is our product's called the Gym Monster 2. It has like all the features of a full-size cable machine.
Oh, okay.
So with this, you can just like work out at home. And it's really important to mention that you can just it comes fully assembled. You can just roll it into your living room or your garage, and you're good to go.
Okay.
And it delivers up to the resistance of up to 220 pounds.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Would you like to try?
Yeah, maybe like a curl?
Okay, sure. So this is like the standard shui, just like to 10. What's the rest?
Yeah, we'll go up like 5 pounds every time.
Okay.
So what is it right now?
So this is like 13.
13 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, this is 13 pounds. It feels more like this is 13 total?
Yeah.
Really? It feels a lot heavier than 13 pounds.
And so when it comes to the chain mold, so the resistance will go up at the end of the movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I try 20?
Okay.
It's 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It feels way heavier than 20 pounds.
So
Wow.
So we have another mode called the eccentric mode. It means the resistance will go up at the negative part.
Okay.
So it really like stretches your muscles to help it grow. Okay, you can try. It's different.
Oh my god, dang.
Can you feel that difference?
Yeah, wow.
Okay, so last one
It's
is called-
resisting as I go down.
Yeah. So last one is called the fixed speed mode. Just like the name, the speed is fixed. The faster you pull, the heavier it gets.
Okay.
You can try.
Wow. Wait, I'm pulling slow, but it's hard. The faster, the harder?
Yeah.
Never reviewed it.
It's hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So we're good. Okay.
The resistance just feels a lot more than dumbbells. But maybe because I'm not used to it. Got a nice pump for CES. Haven't seen anything mind-blowing yet. But we still have many more exhibits to explore.
The Pixel Watch and running an app that we just launched called WowPlay. And what you can do with it is when you perform a gesture, you can control music with that. So now I'm doing a double tap gesture to skip forward.
Oh, so you have to wear that?
Yep. And the app is running in the background, so it's kind of always active and always listening. So it's kind of a very low friction way of controlling.
Can I try it?
Of course. And now if you just do a double tap. Yes. You can feel the haptic
Oh yeah,
feedback.
you can feel it buzzing.
Yeah.
And then what's the other gestures I could do?
So you can do a palm up double tap. So you just perform the double tap like that, and it goes to the beginning of the song.
Oh, okay.
And then also palm up tap and pauses the playback, and then you do it again, and then it resumes the playback.
Pretty responsive, yeah.
And it comes with a companion app which allows you to control like what actions the gestures are mapped to. So you can map tap to play pause or next track or none, which is the recommended way. And here you can see that when you do a double tap again, if you do the double tap gesture again, so you can see that it visualizes the gesture that you're doing. So currently we do media control, but we might expand this to other use cases.
Pretty minimal features. I only learned that I could tap my fingers. How does this compare with something like the Meta glasses?
This is the 1080p, so the most high resolution one on the market.
How much is a Meta one?
How much?
Or
Lower.
it's lower?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You have a ring too?
Yes, and this is to control the 3D aspect of it, and this one is just for 2D.
Okay.
There we go. There. Just double tap if you want to go into an app.
Okay.
I don't know which app it's on right now.
I see the apps on the bottom, but then when I double tap,
It should have like a mouse.
I don't see a
When
mouse.
you move around your finger.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Okay, I see the mouse icon. Click camera. Okay, I have a camera view now. I can see you right here. It's actually pretty clear. Like, I can see both the background and the screen. Depending on the surface, some surfaces seems to be clear, and then some is like not as clear. Like if I look up with something white, not as clear, but it's not too bad. What makes this chair special compared with other chairs?
Right, so the idea is you get an ergonomic chair, but all the adjustments kind of happen automatically.
Oh, it does? Oh.
Yeah, not electronically, but automatically, mechanically. Right?
So like once you sit down, it figures out like your body shape?
Yeah,
Or-
once you adjust it to fit you, so you get a fit with the headrest in your neck, right? The backrest, and there's the automatic lumbar, so you get the lumbar to fit. Can you feel it moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, so once you get to fit your curve and then the height of your desk, after that, you can recline and sit forward and everything will move in order to keep you properly aligned, relaxed, and you don't have to fiddle with too much stuff.
So it adjusts throughout the day?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it doesn't adjust throughout the day, but as you adjust throughout the day, it follows with whatever you're doing.
Oh, without me manually changing it?
Exactly. So
Oh.
let's just run you through an example, I guess, right? So let's say you're sitting up, you're doing like a video meeting or shooting a head talking video or something, right? And then you're finished with that and you want to recline, right? You want to throw on some video games, go ahead and recline back. And so as you recline, the headrest is going to anchor forward, the armrests slide back, right? And then the seat pan actually tilts with the backrest. And so you feel a lot more relaxed, but it's not just plonking you backwards, right? It's actually dragging you out. And so you're supported and relaxed at the same time. So, if you slide your chair forward with the desk, you can still type and use the mouse and everything in that reclined position without having to fiddle with anything. I'm gonna try and then there's like not a sleeping mode, but like a super.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it goes all the way down to 160 degrees. And then you can kick your feet up on the top of the leg rest there. There we go. And so that's when you use the massage feature. And just close your eyes. You can continue watching the screen, right? Exactly.
Won't come up on your phone.
It's required range, you have to be within the monitor for the 3D effect.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 feet.
2 to 3 feet?
Yeah, this is just the first version. Like this barcode screen just came out a few months ago, so we're the first to use it with the Avatar software.
What's the underlying technology that makes it 3D?
So the software does 3D rendering in and of itself, and then the screen is using stereoscopic vision. So it's cameras in here are looking at your pupils. It's projecting 2 different images at the same time.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So if my eyes are closed or like hiding it, it won't work.
as well.
Oh, okay.
Since 1990, that I work with.
I can move it with the mouse?
Yeah, we did.
My office is down. She also has this. No. So for me, it's like, oh yeah, it's
Who's your main end user for this?
Right now, so it's for the patient physician experience. So we're using it in clinic. The first time somebody comes in, they have a consultation. You're trying to explain to them basically what the plan is and what they're feeling. You use 2D images right now, which is really hard. But, I'm a physician, so I look at them all the time. But patients don't really see that. So to explain to them, I'm a neurosurgeon that does brain tumors. So this is a patient. So explain to them where the tumor is in the middle and how we're going to get there and what the approach is, what the risks are. It's hard in 2D. And so if you can do it in 3D, you get much more information across in that 15-minute consultation.
So what is the main benefit of this versus like a normal 3D model where you could just move around too? Like what is that next extra info that I get from this? Something that pops out a little bit more versus like a 3D CAD of this.
Yeah, it's just really ease of understanding. Ease of visualization. That ability to kind of look around something gives you just a little bit more understanding of 3 dimensions. But yeah, you could just click off here the 3D and just look at it without the holographic image. You still get a lot. But we don't have any imaging software that does just this right now. There are some 3D medical imaging, but you have to do like an hour of pre-processing to get this image. So you have to load it, and you have to segment it, and you have to build the model, and then you can show it to a patient, which takes like an hour. This does it in 30 seconds. So I can just put the CD in, it just builds the model right away, and allows me to show the patient. So I can do it, like if I have a 35 patient clinic.
Yeah, my main question was if you could test something like that on Earth, but simulate like a zero gravity condition, how come they can't do that on Earth? Why do you have to send it to space?
So microgravity environment cannot replicate right now.
Why is that?
They don't have any data, or they cannot have ability to do that.
So what does it mean? Yeah, he mentioned there wasn't any data. Like what does that mean there isn't any data?
So example like okay, they have like the UV like replica in space. Here. Like NASA data has published it, but we can replicate it on Earth, but nothing like microgravity. Like microgravity is like no gravity anything. So here we collect any sort of data which we don't know yet, but any sort of data that can create a microgravity environment, exactly same thing as microgravity in space, and so we can do that on Earth, like using maybe quantum. Quantum computing or anything like complicated computations.
So it's not just enough to have like no gravity, you have to have everything else? Or what is it that you need
so I think in that way, not a physical microgravity, that's gonna be like you have like free fall or something.
It's not like that?
Yeah. But which we don't know yet, which I don't know yet, he might know. But maybe replicate like simulation could be could be replicated. So that might be his question, but it's more like not physically, but more simulation, computationally wise, could be replicated.
So this is AI 3D modeling?
Yes.
So what's like the input and output to this program and software?
We are building from software to hardware, end to end, all of them.
Oh, really?
And then the new product is the AI 3D designer, modeling professional AI. Users describe what you need in text or sketch or composition, and it will generate the 3D model in seconds.
So does it have very tight tolerance and precision?
Mm-hmm.
How does it know exactly how tight the tolerances have to be?
Plus minus 0.2 millimeters is accuracy of our 3D printing.
But how does it get that from a sketch? Like for example, if I want to design this watch with holes. And let's see, these holes are maybe 8 millimeters apart.
We can do it.
But how can you tell from a sketch that level of tolerance?
Sketch or composition is
so,
chat.
So the person has to write the tolerance down? Mm-hmm. They have to specify it?
Yes.
Okay.
And after that, we can customize and edit after that.
So the idea is that the user doesn't have to do any CADing?
Yes, of course.
So what's the most complicated 3D model that the software is able to make? Do you have like an example?
Yeah, that's very difficult. But we want to supply the robot parts. For robotics company is one of our first targets.
Okay.
So,
do you have any samples I can see of how complex of a part this can
no, just I can show you is a Raspberry Pi and bottom case.
Okay, so you're able. This case was made through the software.
Yes, that's it.
So can you tell me all the inputs that went in to make this case?
Just describe the please make the Raspberry Pi bottom case.
Okay.
Now after that you.
So it searches for the Raspberry Pi and figures out the dimensions.
Size. Okay, you can do that.
Does it find the dimensions of the Pi by itself?
Yes, that's it.
You don't have to tell it.
Yep.
Okay.
2、1。Just choose one your favorite.
Let's see. So if I choose this, it'll make me a girl?
You can see the preview.
Oh, I can see preview? Oh, okay.
my god.
Preview of me? Oh my god.
A good looking guy. So pretty.
Oh my goodness. Should I be a mermaid? Okay, I'd be a mermaid. Alright, I'm a mermaid. Oh no. I'm gonna become a mermaid. You guys send this to the cloud?
Yes.
Cloud server?
Oh my god. So you can download.
Oh my goodness.
For the generation, we do it on the just.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
What a beautiful mermaid.
Does that look like me?
Yeah.
Oh my.